My retirement doesn't mean you job now is to stand by our new manager.
Hello there, viewers. Welcome back to another episode of the Manchester United Save. I think that's becoming the unofficial official title. I can't now change it. It's one of those things. You talk about it, it happens. It's happened. Oh. But yes, welcome back to another episode of the Save. Now things have been rough. It's been a rough ride since we last met. If you take a look at the fixtures for me, since we last met in the game against Arsenal. It was quite a while ago. The three games last episode that we lost, it was City, Bayern and Arsenal. We were ahead in two of them, lost all three of them, which wasn't ideal. And since then, we did okay. We beat Sheffield United after extra time. I mean, that's not great. They are in League One. Beat Liverpool 2-1. Drew with Bayern Munich in the away leg. Played a bit more defensive in that one, and it came off. A couple of wins against Sunderland and Aston Villa. A 2-2 draw with Basel, which makes today's game a little bit more interesting. A defeat to Watford. A defeat to Chelsea. And a 4-1 win against Stoke City. And a few of the players now are fit and raring to go for this match against Ghent. I'm also going to show you the game against Norwich. It's going to be a pocket rocket today. Two games. Two exciting games. End of the Champions League. And hopefully we can make it through that fixture. So, we are about to play in the Champions League against, I think it's Ghent we play, yeah, I literally just looked at it. We're on 8 points, Bayern are already qualified. If Ghent beat us, they will go through. If we beat Ghent, we will go through. A draw, we will also go through. Ideally, I'd like to finish above Bayern, but they would have to slip up against Basel, which seems unlikely, doesn't it? And if it goes to head-to-head, I'm not sure if it's goal difference or head-to-head in the Champions League, Bayern would have that over us as well. So, second place, I mean, what's wrong with second place? Second place is great. Not as good as first place, but second place, still good, but not first place. So, this is the team we have selected for today's match against Ghent, the team to get us through the Champions League. Disappointingly for me, of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is still injured. Tactically, I set up this season thinking we will play with a complete forward. Zlatan will be that guy. Everything, he's like a moon, is Zlatan. You play around him, you move around him, you base what you do on him. And hopefully he'll score lots of goals, which he did do. What I've had to do since he's been injured is play Morata a little bit, play Martial a little bit, who's scored 7 in 8 starts. He's had 10 off the bench. But him and Morata have been sort of rotated. He's kind of had the better of it as Martial, but I'm hoping Morata can pull up the goods today. Pull up the goods. It's not a turnip. Elsewhere then, Shaw, Jones, Smalling and Darmian at the back. Schneiderlin and Schweinsteiger. Change those two around a little bit. Schneiderlin's going to play as a defensive midfielder. Schweinsteiger is going to roam. That's more swimming in it. He's going to swim. He's going to swim around the pitch. So Memphis, Mata and Acerbi will play behind Morata. We're going to play, again, I like to start, you'll notice this from the saves I've done in 2015, that I start standard flexible and then react based on what's happening in the game. Moussa Dembele, I mean, we'll put him on the bench for James Wilson. I don't want to say I wasted money and that you lot were right, but I'm going to start him. Yeah, he's going to have a great game. Okay, they're playing I would say that's quite defensive. A 4-2, then one just in front, and then 3 up top. Hopefully we can come out on top. It's like basically it's my formation inverted in many ways, sort of, potentially. They've taken my triangle and they've just moved it back a bit. If I was one of those cool editing guys, I would have done the Illuminati thing then, but I didn't. Maybe I'm just not cool enough. Okay then, we need to not lose. I mean, how hard can that be? I say it in that way, thinking, oh, wouldn't it be funny then if we lost? But actually, I don't want to lose. Now, when we played these boys the first time, I'm pretty sure it was a 4-goal victory. I can't remember if they scored or not. They've got a player called Combs, and I can't ignore it. I'll try not to reference it again. Dembele plays through Morata. Oh, into Mata. Acerbi. That was a lovely team goal. In fact, I will enjoy watching that in 3D because it had my juices flowing. Really, getting out of the Champions League group should be quite straightforward. You know, it shouldn't be that challenging. But I've had a bit of a rough time so far. David Moyes got out of his group, so I mean, we should be able to. Okay, I thought that was a good pass. In fact, it was just a tackle. And then Acerbi. He's one of my favourite players, actually, so far in this side. Just seems to pop up with goals now and again. I don't think he's got that many assists, but he certainly pops up with goals in key moments. And here we are again, on the ball. Plays it to Darmian. He's got men in the middle. Oh, dearie me, what's happened there? The goalkeeper has made an error, and I'm all for it. Let's see how bad it was. I do think goalkeepers are a little bit error-prone on the beta this year. Of course, there is time for that to change, but as the ball's played in, he's got it. It's fine. Everyone, no, don't panic. And, oh, no, it was in. Okay, I don't know if there's goal line technology in the Champions League, but this official down here, who remains nameless, hasn't done his job properly, because I'm not sure that went in. I mean, if it was against me, I'd be throwing shit right now, but we got the goal, so no complaints. And Dembele, by the way, has just played a magnificent ball to Morata, who's had a strike on goal. After 10 minutes, we're 2-0 up. We're cruising. They've not had a shot yet. Poor Ghent. Phil Jones found his way out of defence there and pumped it forward. Sadly, Ghent have got it back. Although they seem to be struggling to create anything. Dembele's having a field day in the middle there, playing passes all over the place. Forward to Morata. Dembele heads it on. Morata, lovely touch. And the turn was nice too. That could have been 3. Dembele on it again. I tell you what, he is running things. Out to Memphis. Ball across. Iturbe, I tell you, pops up with goals all over the shop. And then it is. Second in the game. 8th of the season. John Iturbe. That's what he'd be called if he was in England. Here you can see then Dembele. Lovely ball to Memphis, who plays it across goal. And Iturbe is another volley. He loves a volley. I think most of his goals have probably been volleys as well. Shaw to Memphis. Tell you what, we are piling on some pressure. Juan Mata. I think that was a header. He doesn't do that. I mean, I'm sure he can do that. I just mean, generally speaking. The highlight, it is over. Morata, lovely switch out to Memphis. Memphis running at the defence, into the box, back to Iturbe. That could have been a hat-trick of volleys. And I think we'd have all enjoyed it. I tell you what, I feel a bit bad for Ghent. It's like, when the younger kids want to play on the playground of you, and you're like, get off the pitch, and you're just shouldering them out of the way because you're much bigger. I feel like that's us right now against Ghent. Iturbe, that would have capped off a lovely hat-trick. In fact, he played it back to Morata, another shot on goal. We are peppering their goal. They've had a shot. I mean, that's a moral victory for them. 3-0 to the good, an own goal and 2 goals from Iturbe, and we're looking good. Let's face it, we're looking good for qualification to the next round. Norwich, who we play next, should be petrified. Mata out to Shaw. First real chance of the second half. Luke Shaw, ball in, and Sells has caught it and hasn't taken it over the line, so he deserves a clap. Just one. Oh my word! What a through ball. Okay, he would have got double claps. Double claps. It's another thing. Iturbe, edge of the box to Memphis. The goal scorer almost reversed the favour. Returned the favour. He didn't reverse the favour. That would have been... I don't know how you'd reverse a favour. I should say there are so many highlights, and I'm going to try and put the best ones, Memphis, in the video. There's just so many. We've had 26 shots. I don't think we've had that many shots all season. And we're 4th in the league, but we lost to Watford. So, to be fair, Troy Deeney gave me the worst game of my entire... Nightmares about Troy Deeney's performance against me. Damian, Iturbe, into the box. Can we get a 4th? Come on. We deserve a 4th. Combs brings it away. It's not funny. That's childish. Look at him. Look at him there in the middle of my pitch. Spreading it. Anyway, Iturbe. That's ambitious. He got away from Combs, though, didn't he? Dembele back on it. Dembele yet to get a goal. I feel like that's the only thing missing from his game so far is a goal. Iturbe. It was sort of half cleared. Damian's going to put it back in the middle. You should expect. Iturbe. Memphis. It's a match made in heaven. That Memphis Iturbe dream team. I was worried actually we wouldn't get enough width with them, but they drive down the line like nobody's business, and they're not afraid even to put a cross in. Iturbe's left-footed, so I was concerned he wouldn't be able to do it as much. And obviously the same applies with Memphis on the right side, on the left side. Sorry, who was right-footed, but it works out quite nicely. They cut inside. They both score goals, sort of coming back inside. Do it! Sorry. Combs knocks it forward. I didn't even need to commentate that bit. But anyway, Iturbe on it again. Moussa Dembele is not the best signing I've ever made, but he's got a goal in a 5-0 victory. Now, he has been the catalyst for everything good in this team so far. Iturbe, you can see here, slides it through. Dembele deciding just to play up front. I think he wants a goal so much, and he fires it at the keeper. Goes through his legs, I'm going to assume, and that's 5-0. And that should be game over. That should be game over, he says. Yeah, probably, Ben. Do you reckon? Yeah, probably. Right then, and there it is then. Manchester United 5, Ghent 0. Full time at Old Trafford, and we have progressed into the next stage of the Champions League. One of the objectives is done for the season. Obviously knocked out of a cup competition, sort of off video making time, but we've done it here. Bayern Munich beat Basel, who ended up finishing bottom of the group. Not what I would have expected. 3-0 win for them. Good. On to Norwich. The Premier League form has been iffy, so we've got to put it right. Now, I raved in the last game about Iturbe and about Memphis. In this game, neither of them are playing. We've changed it around a little bit to play the league game against Norwich. Darmian, Smalling, Rojo, Shaw at left back. Schneiderlin and Ander Herrera is going to come in that roaming playmaker role. Despite Dembele putting in a top-notch performance, I can't trust him to do it every game. Anthony Martial is going to play on the left-hand side. He's done very well from that position this season. Mata in behind Morata and Antonio Valencia on that left side. If we take a quick look at the Premier League table, you can see we're 4th. And that defeat to Watford actually doesn't seem that unusual now. 4th place, we've got 29 points. we're in the fight for whatever the fight's for. We're in it, and Arsenal have been slipping up recently, which is lovely to see, based on the fact that they were running away with it a little bit. So they've been reined in slightly. Sunderland and Aston Villa still struggling. Realism. Okay, so playing Norwich today, who have got a team that looks okay, but very beatable. I'll say that much. Ready in goal, Wisdom, Bennett, Basong, Olsen, Tetty and Graham Dorrans in the middle, Wes Houlihan behind Mbakani, Redmond and Jarvis. Let's get the win today, boys. We need it. It's important. We've got to get a run of form going. We've been a very patchy spell of... Well, it's been very patchy recently. That's what I'm getting at. I'm hoping Morata gets some goals. That's what I'm looking for in today's game. Morata goals. I feel like if he scores, I'm going to do Morata ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. I don't know why. Norwich with some early pressure. Jarvis puts the ball in. Martial heads clear. I feel like, again, I'm starting to sound flexible. I'm hoping that I can react to what happens based on what we do. In the last game, didn't really have to do anything. We were in cruise control. In this game, though, Norwich have got a bit of a threat, especially when they're at home. They're a mid-table side. I feel like we should be pounding a mid-table side. Notice I didn't use the word pounding when Cummins was on the pitch. Okay, first real chance for us. Damian swings the ball in. Antonio Valencia. Oh, hits the post. I forgot what the post was called. It was like, hits the post. Hits the white beam. I mean, imagine if that's what they called it. That'd be weird. He's hit a white beam, mate. Yeah, sounds ridiculous. Now I'll say it again. I mean, it sounded daft the first time, let's face it. Norwich going forward. Where's Houlihan? He's hit the white beam. I feel like that's going to be a thing now. The white beam has been struck. Although, do different beams need different names? Oh, I've not thought about this. Unlucky, boys. Things haven't gone well. I figure we'll try and control the game. We've got some very good technical players out there. With players like Schneidlin, Herrera, Mata, this should be easy pickings. I think after 60, if we've not quite won the game yet, Memphis and Aturbe will be straight on there. Struggling a little bit from their midweek exertions. They also played the game before as well, so I hope they'll be okay, boys. Morata also struggling for a bit of fitness. Curious. Maybe move Martial up front. Right, we'll do that now, actually. Oh, blimey, time is ticking away. So we're going to bring a turbo on for Valencia. Valencia's had little impact in the game today. Martial's going to play up front. Morata's going to come off, and Memphis will play on that left side. Again, struggling a little bit for fitness. Maybe we need to bring Dembele on. Maybe that's the big problem. I guess if there's 10 to go, Dembele's on the pitch. Come on, let's find a goal from somewhere. Oh my God, it's not happening. We're going to attack him. 10 minutes to go. Musa is coming on the pitch, and I'm going to change the tactic a little bit. We're going to play a slightly higher line, and we're going to up the tempo. Yes, we'll do that. What else should we do? Well, let's have a shoot on sight philosophy. Let's score a wonder goal. That's basically what I'm hoping for. I mean, it's not an ideal tactic, but I'm thinking long ranger Dembele. This is the moment, folks. This is the moment. I should say if Norwich score now. Oh, for sake! I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Red cards are the bane of my life. Right, Dembele is going to hold this midfield down on his own. Schneidlin, get out on that right side. I mean, that's probably a risk. We'll play him as a support. We'll play him as a support midfielder behind our front four. The midfield is very open at this point, but I feel like we're good enough to see it through. Dembele, interception. That's what the man's all about. And then he spreads the play. Oh no, they've got loads of players on yellow cards. Trying to find some solace in the fact I've had a man sent off. Oh, Memphis! It's a misplaced pass. Memphis is in a goal. Memphis, oh, don't just shoot. You are a mug, aren't you? That's all you do. Have something else to your game. Do something creative. Oh, run and shoot. Rubbish! So I saw some comments in the last video. Oh, you're getting a bit like Mourinho, Ben. Bollocks, I'm prepared to nail my players. They're messing me about. I'm not going to blame the ref for 2 yellow cards anyway, I'll say that for sure. Dembele, out to Damian. It's got to be now. Martial, Dembele. Oh, Musa Dembele is the great... It's a wonder strike as well. Let me point out it's a wonder strike. This episode was on a downward trajectory. Musa Dembele, boom, we've exploded. The headphones have come off. Look at this. Good grief. The ball's knocked out. You think, don't do it, don't you? Musa Dembele with a flying kick. John Ruddy is helpless. That's 1-0. It's in the last minute of the game. Oh, thank you very much. He's one of the best signings I've made this year. Not made that many. And there's full time. Norwich 0, Musa Dembele 1. The critics have been, what a strike. What a bloody strike. Anyway, wow. That has woken me up. It's woken you up. Sorry, headphone users, I apologise, but I am excited. You can't believe it, can you? You actually can't believe it. Neither can I. Neither can I. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like for the goal. God damn it, that was good enough, wasn't it? With love, with care from me, Dr. Benji. My voice is feeling a little bit ropey. Oh, it's going again. I'll see you again next time. From me, Dr. Benji. With love, with care. Until next time, me and Musa are on the warpath. Goodbye.